Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's me. You already know. They call me Heat. And before we get started, guys, please make sure you follow me on Instagram at They Call Me Heat. Follow me on Twitter as well. Let's spark up some conversation. Come talk to me at _ They Call Me Heat. I'm happy, man. I'm excited because probably like 2 days ago, me and the homie James Gardner, we released a new song called Chi-Town Boogie from our new project called Sweet Jesus. It's an album that we've been working on, and we finally, put everything together. We're ready to release it out to the world. On Friday at 12 a.m., we released a song called Chi-Town Boogie, and that song sounds like this.
I'm just hoping I don't go and blow it, baby. How you let this world just eat you whole. Something about that sound just makes me happy, baby. And it starts to speak all in my soul.
And that is Chi-Town Boogie. That song, I made that beat back in 2015. Yes, it's an older beat, but I don't make beats for the time. Like, I make beats, based off of how I feel, so nothing ever sounds dated in a sense, right? Just the other day, that song was released, and it was, added to the New Music Friday Spotify playlist, a few other playlists, and like the next day, I think it was yesterday, which is Saturday, it was added to the Nike Run Club playlist. I'm so happy. Yeah. As a creative, that makes me feel good because that makes me feel like, oh, well, Nike likes that song. Their creators, the playlist curators, they like the song enough to where they said, let's put it in this playlist so millions of people can hear it. And the song was actually, like I said a little bit earlier, the song was added to the New Music Friday playlist on Spotify, and I think it has over 1 million subscribers on that playlist. So everybody on Friday heard that song when it first released. So what I want to do with you guys today is I want to show you how I created that beat. Like I said, I created that beat in 2015. Originally, I made that beat right here on the machine. Not in this machine. I had another machine, the MK1, and I created that beat on the MK1. I can open it back up on this machine here and break it down for you guys and show you how I created it. So I'm gonna open machine up and I'm gonna show you guys what I did with it, how I put everything together, how I chopped the sample, the drums I used, and yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. Let's go. All right, so I have the beat loaded up in machine here. What I did was I chopped this up. I think 2 beats. So like each loop is like. Now, I didn't know what I really wanted to do. I just knew when I heard the beat, I was like, this sounds like a Kanye West track. I went into the mind of College Dropout. Shout out to Kanye West. It's been 15 years today since College Dropout released. Salute to his genius. When I was making this beat, I thought about Kanye and how he would chop the sample and program the drums. So I chopped it in a way that I knew Kanye would have done for like a College Dropout or for like a Common track. And I was like, okay, what would be the hook chops first? So I had this little pattern right here of. So that's the hook. And of course, you don't want to get too repetitive and do the same thing over and over. So once it got to the verses, I'm like, what could I do for the verses? So I did change it up and I found another piece, which is. Now, I didn't use that last little section. I just used this. That's how I pretty much did that. And then like for the second hook, I changed the sample up. I found another part of the sample that I like, and I used it and I did it like this. That's how I put together the chops. And for the first part, this is what it sounds like without the drums. And And that's pretty much what the sample, it's just a simple loop, you know. I went and found some dope drums. I used this kick, this snare, like a percussion kind of hit, a hi-hat, and then of course another kick to stack on that first kick, just to give it that punch, that bottom end. So this is the drum pattern that I did for the actual sample. Now when we add that with the sample for the hook part, this is how it all came together. So that's the hook, right? So now we get into the verse, and this is the pattern for the verse. So as you heard that pattern or drum pattern change up in there that I threw in there as well, that gave it a different feel. I used that towards the end of the hook, and then I use that every 4 bars during the verse to kind of give it a change up. So then when we get into doing it for the actual hook, that's when it all changes up. And this is what it sounds like for the actual hook. So that's the second hook. So there was one hook in the beginning, and then the next hook after the first verse was something totally different. And then he did another verse, and then we put the regular hook back on, and then kind of like we did like a bridge part to the song, which basically kind of sounds like the first hook, and then we brought it back around to that specific second hook again to kind of give it a change up, so it's not so repetitive through the whole track. But you know, like I said, this chopping those samples and hearing that sample made me think of a Kanye West beat, and I was like, I wonder what would Kanye do? You know what I'm saying? So I chopped it up. I thought of College Dropout. I thought of Common Sense. What would they do together? How would it sound together? And that's how I came up with this beat. And sometimes you have to do that. You have to think of what another producer would do if they were making this beat, and you have to go into their mind or go into that sound and kind of try to emulate that or throw that seasoning into your own, you know, gumbo, basically. So yeah, that's pretty much Chi-Town Boogie. That's how I created that beat. I created it on Machine, as you guys saw. And after we made it, I threw it in FL Studio, mixed it, had my boy Tyler come in, do the bass. And that song, again, was added to the Nike Run Club playlist. And that song right now got over in like literally 2 days, 30,000 streams. And that's great for indie artists. So that's amazing. If you guys like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Make sure you guys subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss any more of these videos. Until next time, peace, y'all. Oh, and shout out to Sarah, the instrumentalist, at No Quantize. You know what I'm saying? I got my No Quantize hoodie on again. So make sure y'all go grab you up one of these hoodies right here. Shout out to Sarah Too Ill on YouTube. All right, go grab you a hoodie. NoQuantize.com from the girl. And yeah.
Majors.